Kathy's brown and black mink coats transformed into a throw and a teddy bear. Between the two coats, there is a lot of material to work with. And I ended up using that tiny little braid on the inside of this particular fur coat on the neckline of the teddy bear. Hi! My next project consists of two different coats. This short-waisted brown mink coat, it's a sable-like color, it's very, very pretty. We're going to be making a teddy bear from this, but we're also going to be using this coat as an accent to the throw that I'm going to be making with the darker. So this is what this coat looks like. Very nice, it's in very good condition. So one teddy bear and the border. Here is the main fur that we're going to be using to make the main throw. The customer would like to keep her original lining, so I'll be doing that, as well as turning this into a nice throw with this coat as the border accent. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the main throw. I'm removing the lining, and then I'm going to go up into the collar area, work down from the collar area into the sleeves to take apart this whole garment. Now we move on to the next fur. This is going to be used for the teddy bear as well as the border all the way around the main throw. The lining is going to be used for the inside accents of the ears and the paw pads of the teddy bear. There was a lot of supportive material on this particular coat, so it did take quite a bit of time to remove all of it. Now that both coats are deconstructed, we can then make the strips, turn that into the blanket, measure it out, even it out. Right now it measures 49 by 48.5, but we have to add the borders. And here I am attaching the borders with my fur machine, being very, very careful to avoid any of the clips and tucking in the hairs of the fur into the fur lining itself. I'm going to add some thread lubricant here, and this just helps the thread to feed smoothly into the machine. It's very important that the thread feeds evenly, and if there's any bump or any piece of fur that's a little above the wheels, I got to cut that off, otherwise I will break a needle, and these needles break very, very easily. Once that's on, you have to inspect it, make sure that there are no holes or any visible openings in the seam that you just created, and you move on to the next. You do this all the way around till you have all 4 borders put on. So with the borders on, it now measures 58 by 58 inches. That's what it looks like. It is stunning with the black lining. And now let's move on to the teddy. Once the brown coat was laid out, I took the templates and I put the muslin pieces onto the back of the skin side of the fur. I'm using a water-soluble glue stick. And it's kind of like putting a puzzle together, trying to see where the best pieces can be. I try to keep all the similar pieces together, so this way the coloration of the fur will be almost exactly the same, although because of the nature of this particular kind of project, the coloration of the fur will change throughout the garment. Whatever's left over will be used in the border, or actually was used in the border. And there's a lot to work with here. There's the sleeves that are still on the table, as well as the collar area that will also be incorporated into the large throw. Once all the pieces are cut out, it's now time to sew it on the fur machine. I go along the edge of the pieces with the fur machine, but it's not enough to keep the whole teddy bear together, so you're going to have to use the domestic machine also here to put the running stitch along the edge as well. So you have a layer of muslin, you have a running stitch, and then you have the outline stitch. Here I'm auditioning eyes for the teddy bear. Put on a little nose. And there is the trim that I spoke about earlier. That's going to go around the teddy's neck. The lining was used for the paw pads and the ears. And here he is. You're going to get a 360 view. The pattern that I used is from Funky Friends Factory. They have the cutest, most adorable stuffed animals. And here is the completed project. Absolutely beautiful. Come visit us at dinahsquilts.com.